Welcome to the NAL Rundown. I'm Curt Schwager, and joining me tonight is my co-host, Brian Mathern, as always. My guest co-host,
Hey,
Peter.
Curt. How you doing?
How you doing? And we have a very special guest on the show tonight, CEO of the Amarillo Warbirds of the NAL. Welcome, Leaf.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome, man.
Howdy, Leaf.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on such a short notice. And we'll jump the chain of command next time. So, so tell us a little bit about the Warbirds, how you got started, how you moved up from Odessa, and how you decided to take ownership, partial ownership of the team, and why you chose the NAL over the other leagues.
Yeah. Well, I'm from Amarillo. Not originally. I'm from Allen originally, but I've been in Amarillo now for 20 years. So I actually cut my teeth in arena ball under Stephanie Tucker with the original Venom here in Amarillo. So when the opportunity was given to my family and I to franchise the team, I was familiar with Odessa because I did some work for her soccer league down there. So Odessa seemed like a natural choice there. So I spent, 3 years driving back and forth between Amarillo and Odessa on a weekly basis. Sold the team in 2023. Kind of thought I was done with arena football. Honestly got burned out on it. Had some health issues come up because of it. But then, got in with Kathy and Gary, the majority owners of the team. And we decided that we wanted to bring arena football back to Amarillo, something that the community could get around. And, when we started talking about it, it seemed kind of like a dream, but then everything just fell into place. The arena lease was terminated with the Dusters, or the Venom, whatever you want to call them. And then, it just I wouldn't say it fell into our laps because we had things in the background going. But, Kathy and Gary, they're both really steadfast and very well-known business owners here in Amarillo. So to be able to partner with them and have them come on board and really be, the forefront of what we're doing here and just help this brand grow even bigger than what it was in Odessa is really a blessing. But we chose the NAL because, the business model, being with the Venom before, I had familiarity with what the new NAL was, but I'd also had familiarity with the NAL before because when I was still ownership in Odessa, we franchised in the NAL when it was still under my ownership. So still familiar with the league, helped, form it into kind of what it was with a lot of the rule changes and the direction it was going. And now the current teams just took it and, it felt like the natural fit for us here in Amarillo, especially with the regionality of who we're playing and where we're at as well.
Fantastic. Yeah. The NAL is certainly a different organization than it was back then.
Yeah.
And in a much better way, thanks to your new commissioner, who's he's doing some amazing stuff, at least from the outside perspective looking in, that's what we could see.
Yeah.
How long did it take to bring your franchise together from beginning to end?
Like from Odessa to here, or just once we still got things going here in Amarillo?
Once you decided that, okay, we're going to have a team in Amarillo.
Okay.
So, how long does it take to get one of these teams off the ground and onto the field?
Well, we started talking as an ownership group kind of in 2024. Just seeing if it was even possible. But of course, at that time, the Dusters were still here. And then when they started kind of, for all intents and purposes, floundering. And then they got kicked out of the league. That's kind of whenever everything really went into place. But, for probably 4 or 5 months before all that started really happening and there were rumblings around. So early 2024 is when we started as an ownership group talking about what it would look like. But then, once it happened, it was a process where the city didn't want to get burned again. So we had to go through an RFP process. So we had to put a proposal together for the city for them to approve us. Then there's the league stipulations, having to get approved through the league as well, which, being part of it before and being in arena football before made it a little bit easier. But also with my role with the NAL, since I'm over expansion and growth along with Brandon, you know, realistically, if you're going to franchise a team, let's say for 2027, if you're going to franchise a team for the 2027 season, you really need to be getting your application in now. And so that way you can play in 2027, because business operations start. So like if you don't even have your application in, then, you're already behind the 8 ball on that. So really you need a good year and a half ramp up time to be successful, because you've got a lot to do. Like people don't see the back workings of it, the arena deals, going and getting sponsors, getting staffed. If you're going to create a brand new team, you have tons of systems and processes that you got to put in place, which, I carried over with us from Odessa, and, Gary and Kathy have added on to and made it that much better. But realistically, if you're, like I said, if you're wanting to be successful, you need about a year and a half prep time before your first season.
That's great.
Yeah.
And how responsive is the league with helping you get ramped up?
It's better than what it was in the past. I mean, honestly, I think they took a good long look at themselves and like, why are teams folding? And it's just because you fall into the arena trap of, if a team wants to play and they can put us a little bit of money down, then, we'll let them play. And they don't really look at the viability of the team. But we've done a much better job of, repurposing our systems to be able to sit there and say, we're good with what we have and we want to add on. Like we have 9 solid teams here in the NAL now, and we want to add solid teams to it. We don't have to add to it because we have good teams, but we want to add teams who are going to be around for the long run because of the things we have coming, because of the work Brandon's done. So really now it's about that strong organic growth of teams who are going to be financially successful, understand what it means to really have a team, that, you've got to have those sponsor backings. You got to have a city backing. You have to put on a professional show. You can't just put out, old grass turf, that you got from someone's backyard. You got to have dashers. When you change the standard, it changes the way you grow. And we've really, as an organization of the NAL, latched on to that, and we're really sticking by that.
It's absolutely brilliant. Yeah, they're very excited. Yes. So let's get into this season.
Yeah.
So your first game is this weekend against Louisiana Rougarou, and
Yep.
sorry we messed up the graphics. We put the Rougarou thing next to you. Brian's a big Rougarou fan, so I hope he wasn't doing that.
That was not planned that way.
I'm a Warbirds fan because
my logo's over
the
there.
Texas team, so
it's just the way we are. We're configured the wrong way.
Well,
Exactly.
I just made that background graphic earlier today, and I was trying to mix it up, but it just fell that way. Honestly, that was nothing I did on purpose. So
exactly. And to anyone out there watching, should know that, in the fan community, we're more about supporting the leagues than any one team, and that's the really nice thing about this. Sure, there's rivalries between teams and whatnot, and and you have your fun, teasing each other and whatnot, but overall we look for the success of the whole league, and we root for all the teams. So anyways, you're playing the Rougarou this weekend. They've had the benefit of having a preseason game last weekend, which for some unknown reason wasn't streamed, but they did pretty good against a semi-pro team, at least score-wise. It was kind of a low-scoring game, so that might be a good sign for y'all. But in any case, what are your plans for this weekend? Have you had a chance to review anything with Rougarou? Because you're a brand new team, they're a brand new team. Everyone on the field for the first time.
Yeah.
We really couldn't see any film from the last game. So what do you see as your strengths and weaknesses against them, and vice versa? What do you think they see in y'all?
Well, I mean, I think that gives us, I mean, both teams the ability to sit there and really humble themselves and say, we're not going to take either team lightly, because we're definitely not taking Louisiana lightly. You know, I don't care
Mhm.
if they were playing, you know, the high school team there, you know, and they put up 100 points on them. Preseason games are preseason games. You know, they are what they are. So if you fall into the trap of, oh, they only scored this amount against you know, a preseason opponent, you're going to come in and you're going to get beat. You know,
Right.
that's just the basics of it. So I think, you know, not having a plethora of film on them not having a plethora of film on us, really allows us to come into this humble and say, we're going to come in and we're going to give it our best. We're going to figure it out, and we're not going to take each other lightly, because, you know, neither one of us wants to have a bad showing. And at the end of the day, they're still a professional football team. You know, we have to put that
Absolutely.
into consideration. They're still a professional football team, regardless of who they've played, you know, and even in the preseason games. I mean, you've got 35 guys on a camp roster. You're going to play guys that aren't probably going to be there this Saturday. So, you know, and, you know, we saw a few clips and whatnot. And, you know, from what we've seen, that they look like a professional football team. So we're excited to go into Louisiana. I know Keith has done some really good work down there, turning that organization around, you know, getting the trust back in the community. So we're just excited to go there and help him with his product. So that way, you know, they can continue to be a successful team, you know, and you touched on it. We root for all the teams. We want all of our partners to do well.
Mhm.
So our hope is that we go in and we give the people of Louisiana a good show, and, you know, come in professionally and do well there. And of course, every team wants to leave with the victory. So that's our hope and goal.
Mhm. That's great. Now, these games will be streamed on the new NAL network,
Mhm.
which I had the opportunity to watch for the first time last weekend in the Punishers game, and it was solid. It was reliable. There was just a couple small glitches. I think people are going to be tuning into that just to see the commercials, just like the Super Bowl, because there are some pretty awesome
Yeah, there were some good
commercials on
commercials.
there.
Yep.
And but my question is in Amarillo, how do you tie into the network? How is the whole logistics of that work?
From our broadcast perspective, or as a
Mhm.
fan? Oh yeah. So
Yeah, as a
we're actually,
broadcast perspective, yeah.
yeah, we're working with a local broadcasting crew. You know, and that's part of it too, is the growth that the league wants to see. You know, if we're going to play with the big boys, then we have to do big boy things.
Mhm.
And getting our own network forces us to up the standard. You know, it's not anymore Facebook, YouTube streams that you can do on your phone. So we're actually working with a local news station that's going to have, you know, the 4K cameras that they do all of their sports stuff with, professional broadcasting, you know, the switchers, the TV stuff, you know, professional broadcast crew and producers working on it. So, I mean, really all it is it's getting that local crew together, and all we do is we send out the stream to that key that goes onto
Mhm.
the NAL network. Um, so you know, it's I enjoy the fact that we are forced to get better, because then it gives the fans a better experience. Uh,
Absolutely.
so
Because that's definitely been one of the weaknesses over the years of indoor and arena football is that um where do you watch it,
mhm,
and so by having its own network, and that all the games are there, and eventually they're going to be putting on original content as well as hopefully some coaches shows, so
mhm,
so that like we don't have to be like, hey, where are the Warbirds or the Rougarous coaches show, where is this, and you're chasing all over the place. Where do we watch the game, where it changes from season to season and even game to game,
yeah,
and so it's brilliant, and I'm glad that y'all have a plan for have addressed that, and in a very professional way, because I'll tell you, the quality of the game that was streamed on Saturday was exceptional.
yeah.
It was exceptional. And uh so let's see if I have any other questions here. So for you personally, who's your greatest influence to get you into this whole thing?
Oh,
like
man.
into the arena world in general?
I mean, if you're looking like arena influence, it would be Stephanie, because she's the one that I originally came up on her. But I mean, my influences within my life, obviously, first and foremost, I'm a man of God. So, doing everything
Amen.
for his light and for his glory. But, my grandfathers, both of them extremely strong men. My parents and, just the people around me, I keep a really small circle, and we're always forcing each other to grow. So, I mean, yeah, my greatest influences have always been my parents and my grandparents. So, they've always supported me in what I want to do, and gave me the tools to be able to do so. And, raised me right. At least I like to think they raised me right. But yeah, I would say them.
Fantastic. Great. Okay. Last question.
Yeah.
And this is the fun one. If you had to swap jobs with one player on your team for a day, both off the field and on the field, who would it be?
Oh, man. Well, in college, I was a defensive end, so I'd love to go and switch places and be able to have the knees to play defensive end again. But off the field, man, I don't know. We have a couple guys. I mean, a lot of them have done stuff that I've done in the past, because I was in finance, and we've got a few guys that do like life insurance and finance. But I don't know. One of our guys, Dren, he does data, and he's a data analyst. So I'd like to switch and see what that world looks like for a little bit, just to see if it's like corporate finance where I came up in, and see if I want to pull my hair out with data analyst, or if I want to, stick with that.
Awesome.
It's going to be a lot of good teams in the league this year. The Warbirds are going to be good. I'm pretty sure of it. The Punishers, Rougarou. There's quite a few there, 4 or 5 really good teams that are going to have some really good competition there. Like P said there, over the past weekend, that Punisher game was good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the arena looked good, it looked good. There were good fans there. The arena looked good. The announcers were good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. And that's part of it too. Like, the players are better, the coaching's better. I'm pretty partial to the Warbirds. Of course, I want to win a championship, and I think we're going to win a championship. But I mean, you really have 9 teams who have a claim to sit there and say we could win a championship this year.
Right. Yeah.
So, and that's exciting for the fans, because we get down to May, and now all of a sudden, games are actually meaning something. Like when Colorado and Omaha were playing each other back to back last season, and those games were exciting because it mattered. But you're not going to have runaways to where in April it's pretty much already set that this is the number 1 seed and number 2 seed. So we're going to have meaningful games at the end of May, which is what the fans want to see.
Yeah. Who do you see as your main rival right now? Like the one team that, and
we went over that. Like, we were talking between ownership and coaches. We were just having a conversation, and it's one of those things where, like, we're kind of that outlier, like the redheaded stepchild. And I say that as a redhead, because you've got Dallas and Louisiana, that I-20 rivalry. Omaha and Sioux City are always going to have that rivalry up there. Then you got the Kansas teams that'll have theirs.
Spartans.
And then the Colorado teams will have theirs. So we're kind of that 9th team. Like,
Colorado Spartans are a good team.
Yeah. And so we're kind of that 9th team out there. Like, I guess we'll be rivals with everybody. That's fine.
It's small league
against everyone. Yeah.
So I mean, but we're looking forward to playing everybody. There's not really a team that we're just like, we have our eyes set on, because week by week we come in with the 0-0 mentality, and we're looking to go 1-0. So, that's a good question. Hopefully this season something pans out and the fans can kind of label a good rivalry for us.
Fantastic. Yeah. Well, if y'all win the championship, I'm making the drive up there. So I'm down in Houston. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when we make the championship, I'll put that out there. I'll be a little
Good.
bit cocky in this because honestly, every owner, every coach should have that mentality. But yeah, we'll have some tickets ready for you.
Oh, sweet. Thanks.
Oh,
I
that's
got a
awesome.
question. We've seen teams come and go, whether it's this league or any other league for that matter. What are the Warbirds doing different as far as promotional, like promotional nights during the season? What are y'all doing outside the envelope to get fans into your building?
Well, I think a lot of it is our investment in the community. We've been, since we announced, we've been in schools, we've been at events, people are, sending us invitations to. I can't think of anything that we've said no to. So, I mean, a lot of it is that boots on the ground work that, Gary, Kathy, myself, coach, all those people have really invested into, because you can't ask your community to invest in you if you're not willing to invest in your community. So, going to schools for High Five Friday. And now a lot of our partnerships like Plains Dairy, a lot of the partnerships, they're not necessarily monetary, and it's not always going out when you're doing those sponsorship calls and partnership calls to ask for money. It's how can we help make our community better? So like Plains Dairy, we're able to go do High Five Fridays with the kids, and we hand them a chocolate milk and give them a high five, give them words of encouragement as they go to the weekend. And we've gotten a lot of response because of that. Thinking outside the box in terms of promotional nights, everybody does military nights, cancer nights, things of that nature. But, we've gone into something that a lot of us are passionate about, and that's an Alzheimer's night. We don't know of any other professional sports organization that's ever done an Alzheimer's awareness night. So tapping into different avenues of that, just showing that we're here for everybody, not just those, banner type events. Yeah,
That's a good thing. More teams need to do all that all over the place, including the NFL, all of them. They all need to get the community behind them, get behind the community.
Yep.
And do just what you said, Leaf. We get people together, and you can get a bunch of people together, and if you want this to succeed, they'll support you, but you got to support them too as well. Get out in the community and let them know you care. And shake their hand, give them a hug, tell them that means a difference when you come see a football game, and they can go to just like the arena game. You can go down, you can meet these players. You can touch them, you can shake their hand. You know what I mean? And that makes all the difference in the world when you can meet your hero when you're a young kid.
Yep. And for us too, all teams talk about affordability, and we actually put that into action. I mean, we only have 2 ticket tiers. We've got a $15 ticket and we've got a $10 ticket. So when we tell somebody, hey, like a family of 4 can come in and actually be able to afford to come in and see one of our games, we truly mean that. You're not having to pay $25 a ticket, and drop $100 before you even walk in the door. Because we want that family-friendly entertainment here in Amarillo, and we stood behind that with our ticket prices. They'll see merchandise prices that are reasonable. We don't have control over concession prices, so I can't say anything about that. But yeah, just doing what you say and saying what you mean. And we're blessed to have 2 other owners who are people of integrity, and it's not a money grab for any of us. At the end of the day, it is a business, and we're going to make decisions. But at the end of the day, too, I tell people all the time, I'd rather have you shake my hand in Walmart than want to punch me in the face. So.
Yeah. And Leaf, also, I was going to say, we were talking about, affordability. Boy, I'm having a heck of a time speaking tonight, man. My God. But affordability, like you said, you don't have to go to Brian and I talked about this before, you don't have to go to the bank, take a loan out to have a good time on the weekend. You go see a good game, meet the players, and have something good to eat. And it's not going to break the bank. You know what I mean? You have one heck of a memory too,
Absolutely.
I was wondering, the reason why I asked that question was, your first head coach's show that y'all streamed last year,
Mhm.
right after I guess the franchise was announced. I had thrown out the idea based upon something I had seen personally in the Louisiana Superdome when we had the 1992 New Orleans night. We were owned by New Orleans Original Daiquiris, and they actually had an indoor blimp fly around the dome, dropping certificates for whatever, merchandise, offers, whatever. So during your show, I threw out the idea, okay, today we have drones, so why not have a warbird plane look like a drone
Yep.
and fly it around the arena and drop, certificates to the crowd, and
Right.
it seemed like your host and the head coach loved that idea. So I was just wondering if that was still on the table, if that was coming, because that would be cool to see on camera,
Yeah, we got to look at it. Our arena's it's still going under construction and everything. They're replacing a bunch of plumbing and whatnot. So we've got to see what like the airspace looks like in there, because we've got fairly low ceilings in terms of like arena football. But one of our cool things is that we're sponsored by Delta Black. They're pretty much part of everything that we do. And Delta Black is they actually make military drones. So they've got a massive drone that on Military Appreciation Night they're actually going to bring it out and show the fans what one looks like. Something that the normal everyday fan would never get to see. They're going to get to see that. But yeah, as far as drones go, we do have coupons and things that we're going to be dropping out. But we're going to see how we can possibly work that in there and see if someone can engineer up a warbird drone. It might.
That's exciting. That's exciting, man. I love that. It's exciting.
Yeah,
like
that was just an idea I threw out there. I figured I'd love to see it come to become realistic, So,
or fill balloons. We got people in the chat room, man. Some guy, I can't remember what his name was because we went up past the thing, but he said, "Look at you, Texas Pete." I don't know who he is. Somebody Curt is on here.
Probably one of our friends from Saturday morning Shady Sports show,
Well, Curt is on here. Krish is on here right now from Shady Sports. And he said, "What's up, boss?"
So we could pile on Chris and he can't say anything.
Yeah, right. Anyway, Leaf, man, it's been an honor to have you on here, and I wish Peter would have told me he was going to have CEO of the Warbirds, man. I have some shorts and videos I would have showed to the players and the arena and everything, but I didn't know the last minute. Shame on you, Peter, for doing that. You have to let me know.
It was very last minute,
I know it was like, very, very, very last minute.
Yes, and I do appreciate you responding.
Yes, I do, man.
We do a bunch of like the other owners. We're kind of CEO by committee, so yeah, I'm no one special.
Well, you are to us because you're keeping this league going, man. Without guys like you, man, keeping this league going, where would this league be without CEOs like you, Leaf, talking about a lot of things you just talked about, affordability and going to the games and all this stuff. Where would this league be?
Right.
Yeah.
Without you guys.
Are there any questions from the chat?
Excuse me, guys.
Before we let them go.
Questions.
If it's Chris, just ignore it.
Well, Chris said I have you all going 3-7 the first season, but I think you're going to go 10-0 in the community for sure.
Yeah.
There you go.
Think about that, Lee.
Yeah.
The 10-0 party, right? But I think trust me, we have that stuff. We have that stuff highlighted.
Yeah.
Well, at least you got 3 wins from Chris. I mean,
right? Yeah.
Which is a lot more than he gave you before. So
I think we came last time he put out predictions. So we must be doing something right.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's got you 10-0 in the community. So
yeah, and that's I mean yeah, that's where, we want to win games on the football field, but that's where it counts. So
Mhm,
Yeah.
absolutely.
They still
Well-
don't have a line on the game though.
Yeah,
When I
well, look
checked,
at the line that they had on the Louisiana game. I mean, come on.
they probably
It's,
Yeah,
lost their shirt. I
I
mean,
couldn't believe that. Brian and I
Yeah.
were talking about that. They actually, what was it, Brian? What was the odds on
It
that
was
game?
6.5.
6.5.
6.5.
Six and a
half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How can that be? This is a team we don't even know, never heard of. It's not a professional team, is it?
No. Yeah.
No,
And
it
actually
was,
batting against the Rougarou.
yeah. I mean, Far Phantoms have some championships, but they're all semi-pro. So
Yeah.
Well, Lee, thank you so much for coming. Do appreciate again the last minute, and God bless you and yours, and
Beautiful.
have a safe season. And
Thank
hopefully I'll see you at the championship. That would be
Hopefully.
fantastic.
Yes, and we want you to come back. And the next time you come back, I'll have some videos
Okay.
and video shorts, and we'll talk about the quarterback, receivers, a little bit more the defense. We'll get into a little bit deeper.
Okay. Sounds good to me. Yeah.
I'm not too happy with Pete right now. No, you're all right, dude. I'm only messing with you. But no, I wanted to,
Mhm.
I would have loved to show some, the arena and stuff down there, Amarillo and stuff, but I didn't get a chance. But
Yeah,
Leaf,
it's all
man,
good.
thanks for
It's all good.
stopping in here. Honored
Yeah.
to have you here.
Yeah.
And we
Oh,
definitely
just real
want you
quick, do you have anything you want to put out that you'd like to tell everybody out in the community? Like, do you have any coaches shows or anything that you want to promote?
Yeah, I mean, we do our coaches show. I'm actually about to leave for our coaches show. We do it every Tuesday now. It should be every Tuesday now. It might be switched to Monday because Mondays are a lighter practice day. But every week we'll be doing our coaches show at 9th inning. We'll stream it on Facebook every week, starting at 6 p.m. Dates to be determined right now. We're going to make that decision on if we're going to switch to Monday this week. But yeah, I mean, come see us. Always welcome to come by the office, 600 South Tyler, floor 21. We love to see our fans. We love to interact with our fans. And if you see us out in the community with the Warbird stuff, like I've got my truck wrapped and people stop and talk to me all the time. Like just myself, Kathy, Gary, coach, just because we're, part of the, management team of the team doesn't mean we don't want to talk to people. So we're normal people just like anybody else. So please talk to us. And we love to share what we've got going on with everybody.
I think I'm subscribed to you guys over Facebook. I'm subscribed to all 9 teams. I'm pretty sure.
If you could email me the information for the coaches show, we'll put it in the comments of this video on YouTube. So people could click on it and subscribe and whatnot. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go. That's cool.
Perfect.
Great.
All right, guys.
Well, thank you for joining us.
I appreciate y'all.
Yeah, appreciate you too, Lee.
We'll talk to y'all again.
All right. Cheers. Take it easy.
Bye.
Bye.
Great.
It was a good interview. I wasn't prepared for that. I was prepared for Coach Solomon, but he never showed me. So thank God you did have a backup.
Yeah. And it was very nice of him to come on at the last minute.
Oh, yeah. It's hard to get him to come on when you're, like if Coach Solomon didn't come on, I had all these notes written and everything here for the Rougarou and the Punishers. I was good because they won their preseason games. I was going to talk about, the scores and players but since Coach
let's talk about that Punishers game. It's like,
that Punishers game was 51-6, and I believe the quarterback was in that game was Joshua Collins. Yeah. Am I right? Am I correct? And then he had
you have a graphic of it, Curt.
Did you
I have
send
it listed
one?
as offensive player of the game.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's nice.
Other one, offensive. That's the defensive.
Yeah, that's the defensive.
But I'll put out here right now is that the one thing I noticed in the game that stood out to me, and I'm going to get my Krish on, and was the penalties, man. If the Punishers don't get their penalties under control, that should have been a 70-0 game. but they could not get out of their own way with the penalties. So hopefully that was just a early season. I don't know, but I'd like to see them
Well,
do good. But if
I'm
they
sure
had
because it was.
it's like you can't go up against the beef with playing, with that many penalties. That's
I'm
just
sure
not
because it was the first game out of the gate for the season. I'm pretty sure they're going to
right.
clean up the mistakes. At least this is a trial run for them to see what they need to improve, and that's probably number one on the list.
For sure.
that was a good game, man. Though
It was a great game. I really enjoyed it.
I was really excited. I wanted to see the Rougarou game. Now we are getting videos over on the ROUX site. You can get some videos, so we'll be checking them out. And while we know the ROUX, they defeated
the Phantoms. Yeah,
the Phantoms. It was 60-24. I mean, come on.
And it was actually close at halftime. It was still 19-6, I think, at halftime. So it was pretty close. It was second half. They blew it away. I mean, Phantoms fumbled the ball at least once, if not twice. And I think we had one or two pick sixes from what I could tell,
Yeah, there was I think what happened is, they probably would have played better, but I think the Rougarou was just a better team. That's all. And
Now, Brian, you saw the simulcast, didn't you?
I was watching the reaction show and also watching the Far Phantoms camera feed and trying to decipher what was going on because the reaction show wasn't, keeping up play to play. So I'm looking at a camera phone from 25 yards away and trying to decipher. Okay, well, is it first down? Is it second down? Who's got the ball and all this. So I was trying to keep up with it,
Were you watching the Sobo live reaction show, the Sobo one?
Yes, Sobo.
And the Full Moon pregame show?
Yeah, I watched that. They only stayed on for about 20 minutes, and then they moved inside. They went off the air, and then they came back live, of course, as a reaction show inside the arena. Because they couldn't show the game because the league's got the rights to the broadcast for the game.
I like it, but now next week they said they're going to be able to show replays, so that'll be a little better.
Well, at least we'll have it on the network, so then we'll actually have a real broadcast.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. Cannot wait.
Yeah, there was an interesting comment by Brian Shoemaker, who's a great Beaumont fan. He's like the super fan in Beaumont, and he brought up a good question, which I'd like to hear y'all's opinion on. Is that how many players do you think are going to be taking advantage of that of the benefits they're going to have with the partnership with the university?
Oh, the NAL Life.
Yes. I think that's absolutely brilliant that the league is doing that, and I should have brought that up during the interview.
Hopefully, all of them. I would hope, because that's beneficial.
What an awesome opportunity! Because you can't play this game forever. You're playing it because you love it. You love the game.
Guys, can you talk for a minute?
Oops, we lost them.
Guess to step away. The NAL Life program seems to be beneficial for these guys as far as what to do afterwards after football career is pretty much over with. It seems like. I was trying to find my.
Yeah, it would be nice that, like at the end of the season or after some time, that the NAL actually put out some documentary of some successes from that. From that.
Now, I did hear that.
There's going to be successes. There's only good things can come out of that partnership.
Right. And something about the network, NAL network, has actually got a documentary coming up. I heard something about. Did you hear the same thing?
Oh yeah, there was a commercial on it for at halftime
Okay.
on the during the game over the weekend, uh, and it looks to be interesting. We'll have to wait till it comes out, and the first episode. I forgot what it was going to be about.
Yeah.
If anyone knows, put it in the comments, and we'll put it out there. And yeah, so. Yeah, and the streaming was awesome. I'll tell you, the commercials, I think that, like I said before, that people should be tuning in to the network just to watch the commercials. I mean, this is like Super Bowl quality commercials.
They
Those
were
Black
awesome.
Rifle coffee commercials are just hilarious.
They
I
were
mean,
awesome.
awesome.
I mean,
You
they
know.
were as good as any NFL Super Bowl halftime commercial. They were that
Oh,
good.
absolutely, absolutely. And it's like that sponsorship is a home run, for the league, and it's great.
So that NAL life, actually, each letter is shortened up from a different word. So you got leadership, inspiration, future, and empowerment. And it says that we're not just building better athletes, we're developing individuals who can lead and inspire. We want our athletes to win beyond the field, and this is how modern professional leagues invest in people. Which I
Fantastic.
think,
Okay, Brian, Coach
yeah,
Michael always, Coach Blair is on here. He said lots of love. So, yes, same back to you, Coach Blair. And Brian Schumacher. How about that red field? Who's Brian?
how about
Yeah,
how
yeah.
about
What
that?
about your red fuel up there in Louisiana? Where'd you get that?
Your
Brian
guess is
Schumacher.
as good as mine.
They said it would be great to share those. He's been saying some Weisenheimer remarks, that Brian Schumacher. All right, buddy. I hear
Yeah.
you.
Well, the red field story on the street is that came from Beaumont, and
You got a
going to the
picture,
Beaumont
Curt?
games last year or last season, that field was pretty mangy. So I can't imagine after sticking it in the truck and driving it all the way up there to northern Louisiana when it's gonna be like. But they did a good job of fixing it up. Those pictures are great.
Well, when I seen the carpet, it looked pretty darn good on that live reaction show. They were showing it, and
Now
it looked good.
I'm assuming at the 25-yard line, that white circle, I'm assuming that they're getting ready to
But the logo,
paint the roof. Yeah, because
That'd
it
be
was
pretty
just a
cool if they
circle.
did that. That'd be awesome. Because I do remember is that in the middle of the 25-yard line there, that's where the two sections of the field meet, and they kind of had to be duct taped down to keep players from tripping over it.
Oh wow!
So,
all right, Peter, we get you. We get you where you're going with this.
What is this going to be? The 87 Washington Commandos again with
right?
trip the whole line with the carpet, huh?
I hope not, man.
Yeah, Brian says maybe it's going to bring him some more wins, and hopefully it
Yeah,
does.
yeah.
Yeah,
Because there
I was
was
gonna-
no better
yeah.
team in the NAL than the
win at
Beaumont
all
Renegades
costs.
last season.
That's the
Win at
motto:
all
win
costs.
at all costs.
And no matter what it takes, we will win, even if we have to use our carpet.
Right, the turf monster. So,
Yep, literally.
yeah.
All right. Well, there's Rue there.
Yeah, there he is.
I like this one better than I did than last year. Last year he was all right, but he just didn't have the details and stuff this guy's got. I like him much
Yeah,
better, this mascot.
He's the more kid-friendly Rue this year. So
I like it. The other one was more of a
Nice.
darker
Right.
color, not so cute looking in the face, but this one's got a more of a approachable for a kid anyway, more approachable looking face to him. It's cute looking.
Yeah.
I want to get a figure of him if I can.
Hey, that's an idea. Bobblehead night.
Yeah, bobblehead night, man. Brian.
Check out this play.
Oh, that's
Right
fantastic.
over the bleachers, man.
And remember, you keep the ball.
I love
you
the
gotta
new
throw it back to
uniform.
player.
Good play. Good play, man. You know, that's going to be awesome to do that at the game. That I got to check that. You got
Yeah.
some other videos.
Now,
here,
of course,
though.
if we had a roster, we'd know who those players were. But since it wasn't broadcast, I have no clue.
Me neither. I was trying to figure it out.
Mhm. They'll
right, let's show some of
get
these
that
other
stuff
videos.
released,
Oh, yeah.
before Saturday for sure. You know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
Right. Let's show some of these videos you get here. Check them out.
Yeah, you should have another.
Play the game. Awesome, Bri. Awesome.
Yeah,
Is
that
this
one.
place?
That one was brought to us by Top Tier Sports TV. I found that on their site. That was a great catch.
Can we get more of these videos when we do our shows?
There should be one more.
We got one more, but can we get these like after a game, say on a Saturday night, and we want to show some highlights and stuff? Can we get these guys?
I think with the network, we'll be able to clip our own highlights.
All right, let's
yes,
show
we
the-
will. And
All
I
right,
hope
let's
they
show-
add a chat feature to it. They need a chat feature with it.
Yeah,
All right,
when
let's
that
show
one
this
will be-
video.
Yeah. So this weekend, oops. Nice.
Oh, that was a touchdown, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a touchdown against the wall.
That was
What were you fixing to
So-
say, Pete?
that was.
Yeah, this weekend, the two league games this weekend, is
Yeah.
of course the ROUX against the Warbirds, which we, beat that horse to death. The other one is the Punishers against the Spartans. So that's the other league game, and the other three games are preseason games. They're playing non-league opponents, so it might not be worth talking about too much. But that Punishers and Spartans game, I'd like to talk about. I'm looking forward. I believe that the Colorado Spartans are going to win. Just unless the Punishers really clean up their penalty situations, and it also depends on, I think, on I'm really eager to see how Dormandy, Colorado's quarterback, how he translates from off the field from the outside game to the indoor game. So I've heard
Coach Blair
I've
said
heard-
rocket.
yeah.
Ridley.
And
okay.
yeah, I've heard from people who know more about this game than I ever will, to say that real positive things about Dormandy, that he's going to translate well. And I hope that's the case, because
Well, they got quarterback there for the Spartans. They got Paxton Lynch from Denver Broncos.
oh, excuse me, not Dormandy, Lynch. My apologies.
Yeah, Paxton Lynch.
Yeah, my apologies. Yeah.
This quarterback for the Punishers, Joshua Collins, he might be good, but I don't know if he's as good as Paxton Lynch. Unless
Yeah, Paxton Lynch is the one I'm talking about. I apologize. I had the wrong Orlando
Yeah.
quarterback.
I wrote these notes down because I do all the time. But I'm hearing a lot of things about the Rougarou, their defense, Brian. I'm hearing a lot of good things about their defense. They're going to have a heck of a good defense.
Who's that?
And And Colorado is actually favored because I just checked the line. All they have is money line at negative 280, and Pueblo is plus 150 right now. So that would put Colorado as a favorite in their game.
Naturally, they're going to be the favorite. The guys have been around a lot longer, and it's just like, look, Paxton Lynch he's a veteran quarterback. Let's say it.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is, how's his game going to translate from the outdoor to the indoor?
That's another thing.
Can he throw these accurate passes in that 2-second window?
He won't have to. He won't have to play that hard if the other team's making all the penalties and mental mistakes. Like, right?
Boy, I hope we never meet the Punishers in a bar. We'll be in trouble.
There won't be no lineman coming at Paxton Lynch. It'll be the wall coming at him, or you hit the wall.
So we expect a flawless game from the Punishers.
That's right.
No flags at all this week.
No flags at all.
No flags at all. Flawless.
Yeah, and they're gonna sack Paxton Lynch. Yeah, make him go back to the UFL.
I think the wall's gonna sack Paxton Lynch. I don't think he's ever played. I've never known him to play.
Yeah, how's that going to translate for him with walls instead of having?
Oh, that's what I was. That's my point. Yeah, how's it going to translate? That's going to be worth watching the game for.
Yeah.
I've never known him to play arena ball. He's always played in the NFL, so I don't.
Right.
Yeah, he has in the UFL. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Never.
And he was good in there. So
yeah,
he was great.
Pretty good quarterback. He's not a great quarterback, but he's a good quarterback. But he's no Curt Warner, but he's good. He's good, Pete.
Yeah.
God darn it. That's why I had to go, you guys. I have this one little kid that about this time of night, he knocks on the door and he's hungry. And he wants something to eat. So I usually make him a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or something and put a little carton of milk in there for him. I don't know. It makes me so sad that, I don't know. So many people have it so rough out there. Yeah. Really terrible. Oh, Michael. Coach Blair. I'm sorry, Coach. I guess so. I don't know what he meant by that.
Read the comment before. You have to score more than 60 points. So
yeah. Yeah. Oh, Coach is watching us, man. I like that.
But 65 points, wins the game.
Hey, and this was preseason. Now, if we get into regular season, look at scores like something like 75, 80. You're going to have big scores. If it's that good already in preseason, or the ROUX and the Punishers, are they that good? Them teams already. I think they're that good. I think them two teams are pretty good teams. We'll see.
I wish we could find out from Coach Blair what's the story with the kickers.
He's probably watching the show. Ask him, Brian. Coach Blair, where's our kicker, buddy?
Well, we missed. Let me go back through my notes. We missed a drop kick right off the bat. Missed the extra point. We had a field goal that was short. We had an extra point that was missed. Then, of course, they decided to start going for two. But then in the third quarter, they decided to go back to the drop kicks, and they were nailing them. So they nailed 3 drop kicks in a row to end the game on the last 3 touchdowns. So, have we found our mojo or not?
Coach Blair said, wait and see, Brian.
Okay.
Yeah.
He said, wait and see, Brian. He's not going to tell you if he got a kicker or not.
Well, yeah, he's going to save it for Amarillo. I get
preseason. That. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Blair's not going to show his cards, before it matters. So
they were purposely missing those at the beginning of the game. I get it. Okay.
Or we'll be like, Coach Blair, what is your plan, my friend? We know you're watching. What is your plan?
All will be revealed.
Yeah, because Brian and I know, man, last year without a kicker, they lost 2 or 3 games, maybe 4, without being able to kick the extra point. It was
at
not
least
cool. 4. It was not cool, Plus, they had a lot of bad breaks, and one of those bad breaks, Peter, was against your team. I was so pissed off at the Beaumont Renegades. I was yelling
I
at
wasn't.
and you probably remember that play where Brian, it was the one where the receiver
Bounced off the wall.
He bounced off the wall. That was the last play. And then there was the one, the Rougarou were going down the field. The receiver caught the ball. He dropped it, but he got back on the ball. He really didn't fumble it, but they gave it to the other team. He jumped on it after his leg was down. He was down. You know what I mean? Do you remember that play?
And then you had the final play where they broke our quarterback's arm. I think that was that Serrano or was that Hollins? We had one of them. They broke it. They broke his arm on the last play, and
yeah, I think it was Serrano, wasn't it?
I think so. I think it was Serrano.
Yeah, I liked him too. God darn Beaumont Renegades. And we got one of these Beaumont Renegade fans in here as our co-host here.
I figured Pete would be talking all about Dallas and Team Mexico.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see what Team Mexico is.
How about the Chupacabras?
Yeah, Chupacabras. Well, that's a different show, but I'll tell you, they're they got nice helmets. So
I haven't seen the helmets. I like the logo.
Yeah.
Shoot, it could be the guys from the IFA, the Chihuahua Rebellion.
The IFA.
Chihuahua Rebellion.
No, I never seen that one.
Yeah.
I know Brian was telling me about this league last year, Peter, about the Arena League, and he was telling me about the all these different teams. What the heck is the Iowa Woo? What are some of the teams? The one with the bass on the head?
You got the Ozark Lunkers.
Ozark Lunkers. And I thought that was so funny.
The Hitmen. I think the TAL is going to do amazing things, but that's kind of off topic from our show a bit. But
it's off. I know you should be talking about the TAL, but
maybe we'll do it.
I won't mention the
TAL show.
I got one thing to say to you guys about it. I won't mention the TAL anymore. But did you see the arenas and did you see the carpets and stuff they have in them? All right, shut up, Curtis. All right, guys, let's call it a day. Brian Schumacher says Renegade's Way. Come on, Brian.
Renegade Way, right?
Yeah.
Brian Schumacher.
The
Renegade Way. Oh, whatever, Brian. There is no Renegade Way, my friend. It's the Rougarou takeover.
Let them go do their thing over in that other league.
Yeah. Oh, Chris says it's not scoring 60 points. The Rough played a pretty. The what? The Rough played a pretty.
He means the Roux.
Yeah.
The Roux. So you spelled it wrong, Chris. First half was a little rough, but second half was solid. Just need better communication, especially between the linebackers and the secondary. I didn't see.
I'm sure they're going to clean all that up. I mean, they got all this week to clean it up. So
yeah, they will.
Well, we'll see Saturday night. So
yeah, somebody will get exposed.
Yep.
I'm going to be watching. You guys watching?
Oh yeah.
I'll be watching it the day after. We got to go somewhere that evening, but so no spoilers. Don't be texting me anything. Saturday night.
Hey Pete, did you see that?
Yeah.
Well, you know how I am, Brian. I'm always out there posting videos and stuff. So you might get a highlight before you get home. You have a highlight just before you watch the game.
He's just going to stay off of his socials. That's all.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah. All right. Hey, we're at 1 hour now. So reckon we should let these people go eat dinner or something.
Yep. All right, guys. Reggie Patrick. I don't know who's Reggie Patrick. Make sure you're watching the beef. No, thank you, Patrick. I don't like the beef. I will not watch the beef.
That was Curt's team.
Kurt don't like the beef. And then what happens? I hated the red carpet. What happens, Brian? Oh, Reggie.
We inherit the red carpet.
Yeah, you got the red carpet. Come on.
But it's not red, it's maroon.
Yeah, it's all right. It doesn't matter what carpet it is. It's just like
Yeah.
the uniforms, as long as they play good, which I think they're gonna have a good team.
Yep. Coach Blair said Chris does know what he's talking about sometimes. Yeah, I agree with you, Coach. A broken clock is right twice a day.
I agree, Coach. I agree, Coach, too. I don't know Chris that well, but he seems to be a cool kid. So, all right,
Chris
Coach
is
Blair, we're
brilliant.
gonna cut this short. Yeah, he is a smart guy, man.
Mhm.
All right,
He
guys,
knows
we're gonna get
more
out of here.
about this game than, or he's forgotten
Peter,
more about this
Peter.
game than I'll ever know.
Peter, I love you, brother, but will you quit talking? We're closing in at an hour. Come on.
Okay.
All right. No, I'm glad you're here,
Yeah.
Peter. I love it. I love your, it gives a break between me and Brian, trying to come up with all this stuff. But it's just a shame. I had all these notes, guys, written up, and I didn't really. I'll have them for the next time, though. I learned to write notes, man. You have to have notes, no matter what you do. Otherwise, you're just. Ugh. And Kirsch is. Oh, Coach Blair's on there. Oh, he's the same comment. All right, Coach. All right, guys, let's get out of here. Let's end this
All right.
stream before I start babbling on like Peter. All right, Peter. Love you, man. All right, Bri. Love you,
Thank you,
buddy.
Pete.
All right, guys. Catch you later.
See y'all
Yeah,
later.
Thanks for coming on. All right, I'm going to play the trailer, guys, before I end this stream. All right, guys. Next week. I'll see you next week, you guys.